So I'm twisting my hair while also telling you guys about like the new rules that YouTube is getting ready to dole out, which will be, I believe, February of next year. So if you're not monetized before February of next year, this is going to apply to you. And basically what they're doing is they're doubling everything except the following. That stays the same. However, your views have to are going to be doubled before you can be monetized. And as someone who is severely up on that spectrum the way that I am, like, and if you don't know what I mean, I'm talking about I'm a neurodivergent. I'm on the spectrum of autism, but I'm also ADHD, and I'm higher on the spectrum than I originally thought after I went to the doctors here in Vietnam. Turns out I'm much higher on that spectrum than I originally thought. But so content creating is already hard for anybody, but add to that fact that me being on the spectrum, it's also hard for me to stay consistent, because sometimes my lows get really, really low, and I'm talking about like my moods where I just can't do anything, and sometimes I kind of just freeze, and I literally can't move sometimes, and it gets really bad, and that's just a part of, you know, my condition. There's nothing I can really do to kind of change it. I mean, I can always, do other things to kind of manage it a little bit more, and I take those steps constantly, but at the end of the day, it's what I have, right? And so it's really hard for me to connect with people face to face. So connecting with people over the internet is just it's hard for me. You see, I say and I stutter a little bit because of it, because it's so awkward and cringy, but I do it anyway because I know that I want a better life, and I know that in the end, God will always have the last laugh. And I have never seen the righteous forsaken, so I'm just gonna keep going. But it is a hard pill to swallow that if I don't get monetized by February, I will have to compete with even more so, like double the audience, not double the audience, but double the views. That audience, it really is audience. And it's already hard for me now. So pray for me, if you will. But also, with me being out of the country, and like certain jobs falling through that I was supposed to have, and some not paying me when they're supposed to pay me, I know for a fact that I don't want to be back in America. So, which is why I've been trying so hard to monetize, because once you monetize it, you can breathe just a little bit more. Obviously not a lot, because you still have to keep up with your views and all of that. I mean, stress comes with anything you do. There's, you'll have a healthy amount of stress as long as you don't overcomplicate it. However, like I said, I am a neurodivergent. I overcomplicate everything. People think that, because you have ADHD, you can zero in on things, and you can, but with this specific condition and me being higher up on the spectrum, because everybody's brains are completely different, what happens is we can zero in on something for an amount of time, but then what happens is, oh my gosh, a shiny nickel, and then we hop to something else. I mean, it's, people call it passionate or something like that, but what it really is we don't focus the same way. So that's why when people say, oh, I have ADHD and that's why I can do this because I can zero in, you're lower on the spectrum, hun. People talk so much about being on the spectrum, but it's called a spectrum for a reason, because there are different levels to each one. And so my spectrum is a little higher, so it makes it hard for me. And obviously look, I even stopped doing this, but I'll make sure I put a picture in the end of this for you guys to be able to see. But that's why I really wish that they would kind of stick to the same rules that they already had. But I think with inflation and everything going up in the States, and this war that is so disgusting that's happening, and I just pray for the families who have lost their loved ones, lost their lives because of a pointless war that we're in. You know, I just pray for them, and I wish nothing but healing and peace on their families. But it's one of those things because of all of this stuff happening, and the US is losing a lot more popularity than it has ever lost in the history. Now companies are like, well, we have to raise this because a lot of more people are doing this to be able to leave the country, or they're doing this because now they need extra income. And at this point, we as creators, we have to just take it. And that's why I want so badly to be monetized and to be making income and second income, and because I don't want to have to worry about being dragged back to a country that I don't feel safe. And YouTube is a way that you can monetize really well. But like I said, with anything comes a bigger pain in the butt. And I just want everyone to know that if you are trying to monetize on YouTube, or if you were thinking about starting your channel, please start it now. Start it now, and then, you know, do as much as you can do, because that's all you can do. You can only do what you can do. And if that was convoluted to you, maybe your brain is a little bit better than mine. But do what you can do. Put your best foot forward. Be consistently inconsistent if that's who you are, like me. And show the world that it might be hard, but I'm gonna get through it. And that's what I'm just doing. I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be okay. And I really hope that YouTube just understands that this is part of people's livelihood. People are trying to make this a livelihood. So they really shouldn't change things so abruptly like that. But again, it's not really abruptly too much, because they are giving you until February, I think February 27th of next year. But it really should be like a year from today, or a year from when they decided to make that call. That way you give people the chance. But no matter what, we're gonna be okay. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, please comment, please like, and anytime you leave a comment, I am more willing to comment back, and you know, we can have a little discussion. But if you're following me here, please follow all of my platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, because I'm also trying to get monetized on that. You guys are so welcome here, and you're so welcome, you know, in my space. So love you guys. Bye.